Hey guys, it's Phil Morrison. I help people overcome social anxiety and build a positive lifestyle. I was coaching a guy today, really nice guy. And one of his main goals is to find the courage to change into a career which he's always wanted to do. And when we started the session today, he talked about the fact that he often procrastinates from doing jobs. There's things that he really needs to get done, but he keeps putting it off until the next day, the next day, and the next day, and he beats himself up about it. So he's been trying to get his car fixed for a little while, and he keeps saying, I must do it tomorrow, I have to get it done tomorrow. Then tomorrow comes, and then he says, I don't have time to do it right now. I have to get it done the next day. And the cycle continues. And I said to him, the way that you're talking to yourself seems quite harsh, saying things like, I must do this tomorrow. I have to get this done. Then would you talk to a friend in this way? He said, no, I wouldn't talk to a friend in this way. So why do you talk to yourself in this way? He realized that because his dad is very critical, he often has this inner critic inside his head that he allows to take control of his life in some ways. And he talks to himself in a very harsh way. I have to get this thing done by this time or else. It's so much nicer to be kinder to yourself and treat yourself how you would treat a good friend. So rather than saying, I have to get this thing done tomorrow, I must do this thing, why not say, it would be amazing if I can get my car fixed sometime over the next few weeks. This takes so much pressure off yourself. You'll get the job done, and you're not going to feel bad in the process. I find it quite interesting that we basically carry these inner voices inside our heads. It's like carrying our parents with us into adult life and listening to their voices and responding to them as an adult. So learning to be kinder to yourself is really important. And if you've had quite a harsh upbringing, and when you've tried to open up, you've been shut down a lot, put down, criticized, exposed to some negative and toxic behaviors. Because you found it painful to open up to your parents, it's quite likely that you might find it painful to open up to other people in life. So when you grow up, you view your parents as your world. So behaviors which are rewarded by your parents, you view as positive and think, this is what I'm supposed to be doing in reality, in the world itself. And behaviors which are punished, you shy away from because of the emotions associated with the punishment. Now, if you found it hard to open up and be yourself around your parents, it can make you a very closed off person because you're afraid of feeling those emotions. You're afraid of feeling those painful emotions like shame and guilt. And this can prevent you from opening up to other people in your life. But being closed off is the cause of social anxiety, and the solution is to open up. So by having a session with this guy today, I got him to open up with me and gain more control over his own life. Something which I've learned personally the hard way and that I teach to my clients is to have time boundaries with certain people in life. So if you find that you get drained when you hang around a certain person, of course you might be able to cut this person out of your life in an ideal scenario. But let's say you find your parents incredibly draining to be around. You have to manage the amount of time that you spend with them to keep yourself in a good place. And that's where time boundaries come in. So this guy that I'm coaching, he said that he visits his parents once a week. And at the start, it's actually quite fun. He's having a nice chat, laugh and joke. Everything's all right. Then his mum usually offers him some tea. And when he stays that bit longer, the negative behaviours start to grate on him. They have the news on in the background, and there's lots of discussions about politics and negative views. And he comes away feeling drained and feeling beaten up. So what he's doing now is going there for a few hours to enjoy the visit, but making his excuses to not stay for more than a few hours at a time. So, for example, when he goes there, he could say, I'm meeting a friend later on tonight, so I can only stay for a couple of hours. And then when a couple of hours has passed, he will say to his mum that, oh, I have to go now and catch up with my friend. This means that he can enjoy spending time with his parents, but he's not going to get drained on a regular basis. So time boundaries around people that you find draining, these are really, really important. It's also important to open up to people that you trust, because they're going to validate you for opening up and putting yourself out there, which will encourage you to express yourself more and more, come out of your shell, and build more confidence. So if you've got people in your life that you trust, it's great to spend more time with these people, being increasingly more open and more open. So this guy that I'm coaching, he gets on really well with his manager at work, and he's got a few close friends as well. So when he spends time around these people, he feels uplifted afterwards. And to go a bit further and a bit deeper, you've probably heard the phrase, you are what you eat. I've always liked the phrase, you are what you consume. And when I say what you consume, I'm talking about the content which you consume. For example, the content that you consume on social media, TV, magazines. So if you watch negative news and you're watching shows which you find addictive, but they leave you drained afterwards, it's going to have an overall negative impact on how you feel in life. It's going to bring you down and make you less confident. So something which this guy is doing, he's cutting off negative content which doesn't leave him feeling empowered, feeling uplifted. He's dropping that and replacing it with activities that boost his mood. For example, he really likes to play the guitar, so he's playing the guitar more, going to workshops where he can improve his skills. So he's spending time doing things which uplift him rather than things that drag him down. And the transformation is apparent. He's clearly more confident than when I first met him. And he's been making lots of positive changes in his life. He's stopped drinking, for example, and he's working towards changing his career, which is amazing. So what I'm really saying in this video is that you have to open up to be confident and overcome social anxiety. And in order to do this, you have to have boundaries in place so that you don't spend too much time around negative influences, people, activities, content, which drags you down and leaves you feeling drained. And instead, you spend more time doing things which actually uplift you. And it's also important to call out your fears to people that you trust. So if you have a constant fear which drains you, and you're worried about this happening at work, and you're saying, what if this terrible thing happens? What if this, what if that? And you're stressing out about stuff. If you have someone at work that you can talk to and you can call out that fear to, you can say, do you know what? I feel quite drained because I'm stressing about this particular thing that could happen at work, and it's causing me a bit of grief. When you can call these fears out, they start to lose their power over you, and you realize more and more that the fears are just voices in your head. They're not real, and often they're based on your upbringing, your relationship with your parents, and actually they might not be true in the wider world. This is something which is empowering to know. So you can change your life by learning to let go of the conditioning from your upbringing and putting yourself in more positive environments where you get encouraged for putting yourself out there. And a great activity that you can do if you feel super brave is improv comedy. There's so many reasons why I love this as an activity for growing in confidence. And one of the reasons is the culture. So when you put yourself out there, you get rewarded for this. In improv comedy, people celebrate mistakes because at least you was putting yourself on the line. At least you was saying what you was actually thinking without a filter. Otherwise, you wouldn't be making mistakes. So mistakes are celebrated. Whatever you suggest, whatever your idea is listened to and valued and accepted. So basically, you get to express yourself and you get positive reinforcement the more you express yourself. And this means that you've put yourself in a situation where the more confident you become, the more rewards you get, the more positive feedback you get. So it's a growth environment, as opposed to environments where you're encouraged to shut down and being closed off is rewarded and being open is punished. That would be an environment which would drag you down. So by getting yourself around uplifting people and uplifting activities, valuing your own mental health, being a lot kinder to yourself, you can learn to give yourself some space from your upbringing, the voices in your head, the fears, your programming. You can learn to listen to that less and less and less and start to open up more in the real world. Get that validation that you need, that proof that you're safe when you open up. Nothing bad actually happens. And you can actually achieve great things when you really go for it. But it all starts with building momentum, getting those things done that you've been putting off, building a positive lifestyle, and using that momentum to keep on growing, putting yourself out there more, getting more confident, keeping being open, even if you get some criticism. Keep on going, keep being yourself. This is how you become confident in real life. You can't become confident if you're wearing a mask, because you only build confidence in the mask. To build confidence in yourself, you have to be yourself, is the simple truth. But yeah, really enjoyed coaching this guy today and seeing him make lots of positive changes and being more open with me and being more open with people at work, connecting with people more, being in a more positive place, having boundaries to protect him from negative influences, such as people in his life, content which isn't the best for building confidence. So yeah, if you're someone that is looking to build confidence, you can do an audit and look at activities and situations which are currently dragging you down and making you feel more closed off from the world, and start to think of how you can put yourself in situations where you're going to get rewarded for coming out of your shell and being more and more open. If you're interested in a free Zoom call where I can help uplift you, inspire you, put you on the right path, drop me an email and we'll schedule a call. Look forward to meeting you, speaking to you, and seeing how I can potentially help you overcome different fears, growing confidence, and start to get things done, make some changes in your life. Hope you got value from this video. Enjoy the rest of your day.